Hi, I'm Barry with Sequoia Environmental Remediation. I thought today we would show you a piece of equipment that we've developed here at Sequoia that kind of showcases a lot of our capabilities that you may not know that we have. So it's here behind me. So what we've done is we've taken all of our experience in groundwater recovery and aquifer testing, and we've created what we call an aquifer testing system. This particular unit that's behind me enables you to put a pump into a groundwater recovery well, turn it on, and then you can either do a step test or you can do a continuous fluid flow test. And all of the computing program is done by Sequoia. And how this particular item works is, and I currently have it running, is we have a standard Grundfos SQE pump that runs on a variable frequency. This particular system feeds back into the computer, and we've programmed it through we actually use a PID loop in order to control the flow, and then right up beside the pump you can see a transducer. So so this transducer, what it does is it's continuously measuring the elevation of the water above the pump, and the whole idea is you set the point of the water level point to be whatever level it is that you want. In this particular case, we're holding it steady at about 20.7 inches. So the nice thing about this is you can drop it into your well, you can turn on the pump, and then you can start the pump at whatever elevation is that you want. And as you're doing this, you can increase the elevation or you can decrease the elevation. So what we have is just a simple set point adjustment on this one. And if you get a view of the screen, you can see we currently are set up in orange at 20.7. And then the PID loop is trying to maintain 20.7 above the transducer. So currently it's at 20.6. But if I wanted to just quickly increase the pump speed, so what I'm doing is I'm just increasing the elevation of the water. So I've set it now to 23.1. The water level is slowly going up, and it's going to take about a minute or so. And then what it does is it actually sustains that level once it hones in on that elevation. The nice thing about this is that if you wanted to do a step test and you wanted the elevation to be 2 meters above pump, then you can set it at 2 meters. You can set it at as low as, you can go down almost to the point where the transducer would literally be out of water. If I wanted to decrease the set point or the elevation of the groundwater table, I would just turn it up slowly, and you can see it's going to quickly draw the water table down, and then it's going to hone. And that's just the way it's designed. Like I said, it takes about a minute or two. This particular unit we use mostly for demonstrations, but we developed it as a result of all the stuff that we do out in the field. We have many, many sites that we're constantly having to keep the elevation of the groundwater table at a specific groundwater elevation. Consultants will set the elevation, and then we program it all in there. So we might have a field of 10 wells that we'll run these pumps in. They all go back to a specific controller and then uploaded via telemetry, and you get all this information back at your office. So you can either use this for aquifer testing, or you can use the same style of a system in a full capture system, full groundwater capture system. This particular unit also has a groundwater flow totalizer. This is just a basic GPI flow totalizer that we use all the time because they're cheap, and this one's reading in gallons per minute. So that's mostly how this thing works. Beside it, just for informational purposes only, we've got a mock observation well. This observation well has one of the Solence transducers that we rent here at Sequoia Supply. And then this is just a handy device that enables us for you to plug in at the well and then know precisely what the water levels are. So this is more of a promo to say, hey, we sell and rent solents that go along with the groundwater recovery systems. This particular unit is, obviously you can see the groundwater that's being pumped. The aquifer is being represented in this case by a solar pump. So I thought I would segue this into just showing you our solar capabilities. This is a unit, I think it's a 750 watt solar panel system that we manufacture and designed here at Sequoia. It's one that's dropped off on a site. It's self-sustained. The interesting thing about this one is it can be used for groundwater pumping, It can also be used for free product recovery. So I'm using this unit to power my pump that pretends to be the Aquifer. What it does is this is the control side of it, and we have a smart controller, solar controller inside, that I can actually turn the pump speed up, so I can actually pump at different rates. As we saw, it's running roughly at about 4 gallons a minute currently, but I think it can run up to about 8 gallons a minute. So it's easy to control. The other thing that this one also does is it powers a compressor at the bottom if I want it to. The nice thing about the powering of the compressor is we use pneumatic capabilities, not so much for pumps, but mainly for LNAPL recovery. Most of our LNAPL recovery systems are compressed air. They run a pump and then the skimmer sits right on top of it. So this can be used to power up 2 or 3 skimmers on a site that you may not have any power. This system is standalone. It only uses the solar energy, but it's really simple to add storage. So if you wanted to add a couple of deep cycle batteries, we use lithium ion deep cycle batteries. If that's something that you wanted to do and have this thing run 24/7, then that could be easily accommodated. Pretty simple design, yet fairly complex. But over the last 3 or 4 years, the solar controllers have really become more efficient. They really suck out most of the energy out of the sun. It's quite a remarkable advancement, I guess, in technology. That's it. So yeah, solar and groundwater recovery. So just wanted to make sure that we got the word out. Thank you very much.